to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show, that's where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. It's a Monday. It's Snowmageddon Monday. It is. Lord, it's bad out there.
It's the weekend review. Top five are coming for you. Speaking with
Hi, Rob.
sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. Well, come on, who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent? Come Friday night.
Somebody say hi.
Ready to raise some hell. With all around you, no plan to do it well. So
How you doing, Roger? Thanks for joining us today. Welcome, everybody. Man, my mic, everything's messed up in here today. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, welcome to the broadcast vlog, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I call it our Monday show. We're live from the All Around Town Radio Studios in snowy Springboro, Ohio. Yes, we had a bunch of snow last night. A bunch of snow. I've been snow blowing all day. All that good stuff going on. But a lot of people closed today. A lot of people off work. If you had to go into work, I hope you were safe and got there safely. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Good to see you with us today. And wow, Javon has joined us. How you doing, man? It was so good to see you the other night. It was. We're going to. You're my only thing I'm talking about this week because it was one of those weekends, just kind of stay in weekends. In fact, had it not been for the illustrious sound engineer, Mr. Dave Shores, good friend of mine for years and years, posting a video, I would have forgotten the fact that Brass Track's band was at the casino in Monroe. And when I saw him post a video, I was watching the football game and at home, and I said, you know what? At halftime, I am headed that way. And I did, and I'm glad I did. Hi, Bill. Thanks for being here. Lots of stuff getting canceled out there, guys. Check your local listings if you were planning on being somewhere tonight to see live music, or even tomorrow for that matter. Check it out. We are supposed to debut a new trivia night that I'm going to be hosting at the Miamisburg Moose. And we'll let you know about that, whether it's on tomorrow or off tomorrow. It'll be our first night if it's on, but we'll see what's shaking. So if you're out there, please say hi, guys. We'd love to hear from you. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Good to see you. Bob Flanagan, thank you for joining us today. And hopefully you had a great weekend. If you got out to see live local music this weekend, or you were partaking in that weird Bengals win that we watched, it was interesting. So welcome to All Around Town Radio, guys, your number one source for live local music, news, bands, venues, and more, in your home for everything music here. I want to let you know, we appreciate the shares. You guys are great about sharing. You shared our Thursday show, and normally we have this great viewership on Thursday because of, you guys sharing it. That's how it works. The more you share, the more the views are. And we even hit last month there in the early part of December, we hit 16,000 views on the show, which is wonderful for the musicians and venues that we are promoting. But this week, I knew I shouldn't have done it. At the end of the show, I was having so much fun. At the end of the show, I decided I'm not going to play our theme music. And I played a song from the Kevin McCoy Band, and The Book of Faith Strikes Again. they shut us down on the show, sent it to me, said your show has been shut down in the feeds and we're not sending it out because you use copyright material. Well, Kevin McCoy gave me that song to play on the show. And as far as I know, at this point, it may be copywritten, but I don't think that like Warner Music and those kind of people are catching that. It's just they catch melodies on these computers and they think it's their song. I had one pop up from 2 years ago the other day that it was a violation because it said it matched this song. It wasn't even close. But, you know, it is what it is. It's the Book of Face. It is. Hi, Audio 127, whoever that may be on the YouTube channel. Thank you. Chad, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. There's my Auntie Elaine. How are you? It's good to see you. Are you snowed in? We are not snowed in. We are able to get around here and all that. But I heard the further south you go, the worse it gets. So I don't know what it's like down. I know my good friend Karis, who will be with me tomorrow live on the show. She had to close the club today, the Bell and the Bear, and that's rare. They don't even close on Christmas, man. They have a party, you know? Yes. Really crazy stuff. So, yeah, if you're out there, guys, please say hi. We'd love to hear from you today on the program. Got a lot to talk about. One band, and I'm going to talk about it. But I will let you know we did get shut down on that show. So we had 2,000 plays on the show before they said we violated some sort of copyright. So I'm going to have to be more careful with what I play off the board here. Those of you that send me your live stuff, if it's copywritten and it's got publishing rights with one of the publishers, the major publishers, then I can't play it. That's how it works. I'd love to play this new Johnny Fink album that I heard, which is just spectacular, Gina and Johnny. And they are getting ready to head to Memphis for the International Blues Challenge, the IBC in Memphis. And best of luck to you, Johnny Fink. And we're looking forward to a big win there. Because let me tell you, you got a good thing going. You do. Gina and Johnny Band, if you haven't followed them, guys, do it. You will not be sorry. You will not be sorry at all. Chad says, love the snow, remote start, 4-wheel drive. Made today fun. Yeah, it was good snowfall for the old 4-wheel drive. I was driving mine around. It was good stuff. Hi, Carlos. Carlos Miller checking in. And Johnny, I can't wait to hear all about it. I wish I was going to Memphis, but have other obligations. You know, life makes obligations, unfortunately. But I hope you guys do very well. Hi, Dave Shores. Thanks for dropping in. And Dave, thanks for posting that live video. I was just talking about you at the beginning of the show. I saw Javon was on here, and I was saying the only reason I showed up is because Dave Shores posted a live video. So it pays sometimes to do that. Hi, Tina. Thank you for being here today. Good to have you with us. For those of you joining us, guys, or if you're joining us after we're live, please make a comment. Let us know who you are, where you're from. And if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Our weekly programming, guys, coming your way this week. Thursday, Who's Playing Out? It's brought to you by our friends at Heather's in Springboro. Wednesday, we'll have Matthew Waters as our guest on Wednesday with the band coming up at noon on Wednesday. And, of course, Hot Topic Tuesday tomorrow. If you have something about the local music business or scene that you'd like to have addressed on Hot Topic Tuesday, send us your ideas via direct messenger. And if you'd have any other live bands you'd like to see on our featured on our Wednesday with the band, we'd love to have them suggested to us as well. I think we're booking out now into the end of March already for that. So it's busy here in the beginning of the year. All right, let's talk about this week in music for me. It was a lame week for me. I'll tell you that. I just had to take a little break, people. I did. Took a little break on Thursday and Friday. Didn't do a whole lot, just doing family things and those kind of things. But then on Saturday, like I said, I was actually going to take the entire weekend off. But instead, Mr. Dave Shores sparked my interest in the Brass Tracks Band, one of my favorite bands always. These guys are incredibly tight, musically and vocally. Some of the best musicians you'll ever hear in the tri-state and beyond. And they're getting ready to really kick off a big schedule for 2025 where they'll be rolling everywhere. So if you haven't followed them yet, Brass Tracks Band on the Book of Face, and you can get all their schedule information and such there. You're going to want to do that. I'm going to move some things on the old screen here. There we go. And if you've seen the Brass Tracks Band, raise your hand out there. Actually, say yes. Hi, Randy Eldred. Thank you for being here. Jim Kilroy, thank you so much for stepping into the program today. Good to have you guys with us always. And Randy, I'm sure you've been busy. So let's talk about the Brass Tracks Band. I'm going right to the front man, Javon Kennedy. This guy's got an amazing voice, beautiful voice. I've always loved his voice. And he's singing songs right in my wheelhouse. The songs that I grew up on and love, and he does them so well. And he's a wonderful front man too, a director of the band up there. He's interacting with the audience. Javon was struggling a bit with, he said, some bronchitis that night, but I couldn't tell it. I know when he was talking in between songs, you could hear a little bit of raspiness going on in his voice and all that. Kara raised her hand. She's seen him. All right. And a little raspiness in between the songs, but when he was singing, I couldn't tell it. I know they dropped a few songs from the set list, I think probably to save his voice or to try not to totally brutalize it. Mike Coons, how are you, man? He knows. Brass Tracks Band. Yes, good stuff they are. Let's talk about it. Kevin Clark on lead guitar and vocals. Thank you, Dave Shores, for giving me the list here. Who else we got? Kevin McCluskey, drums and vocals. Don Overberg on bass guitar and vocals. And it's funny because Don Overberg looks like he could be the twin of a bass player that plays for J.J. Gray and Mofro. He without the longer hair. This guy's got super long hair, but Don Overberg back there just keeping the bass line rolling through every song. And it's one of those bands that plays that everybody can be featured in the band. All the musicians kind of get featured at one time or another. Tim Jennings on keys and vocals, just slaying it. An amazing job. And I believe it's Hal Malia. I always say it wrong. On sax and vocals. John Zappa on trumpet. And Andrew Duncan playing that night on trombone and vocals. So, yeah, I think Sean was off that night, but a really great lineup of wonderfully accomplished musicians. And some of these guys have been playing a long, long time. And Paige says, love Brass Tracks Band. Thank you for that, Paige. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you've seen Brass Tracks, make a comment about them. I'd love to hear your take on them. I do have some songs off the set list, but I want to talk for a minute about this environment at Miami Valley Gaming. I've said it numerous times on the show. There are some nights where the crowd it's background music there. And this night I thought, well, that may be what this is because the Bengals game was on. Everybody was hyped for that. You know how that goes. And there's so many TVs, and luckily they didn't have the big screen running behind the band. That's one thing that just annoys me like nails on a chalkboard, to have a big screen of distraction going on behind a band when they're playing. But this crowd was in the Brass Tracks Band there. They were watching the game too. I mean, they'd look and get the score and they'd see a good play or whatever, but they were watching the Brass Tracks Band. They were there for that reason. And people out in the casino, I noticed, who were sitting on all the machines, were looking over and watching this band as well. So they had the attention of the crowd, which is an accomplishment when you do a casino show. Because let's face it, casino shows pay well. They're a good gig for bands, but not often are they an attentive audience. And Brass Tracks had it that night. And what do we got here? Paige says, pulling off some of that old Chicago stuff is hard to pull off. Yeah, and I'm getting to the song list here, but Paige, you're exactly right. They pull it off and pull it off well. I mean, songs like Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? Color My World, which is a great Chicago tune. Saturday in the Park, Beginnings, were in there. Gosh, let's see. What else did they have in that? I didn't really get to see the first set except for just the very end of it, I think. What Is Hip? Me and Mrs. Jones, and some of these may have been cut. I don't know. 25 or 6-4, one of my favorite Chicago tunes as well. And Paige says the arrangements are spot on. And Jim, thank you for that shameless plug for Gina and Johnny. Yes. And Hollywood is a cool cat. He's a wonderful guy there at the Hub, Hamilton's Urban Backyard. So glad Gina and Johnny got to play that show. Sorry the one that I was coming to on Sunday got canceled. But snow, it happens. It happens. Yes. And Javon said free. I don't know if that was one you cut or one that was in there. That was in the first list, right? I think. And Dave gave me this list too, so thank you, Dave, for that. But some of the other stuff, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. They were throwing those in there. Sing a Song, Can't Hide Love on their set list. Way of the World. That's the Way of the World, one of my favorite tunes from Earth, Wind, and Fire. There, I Wish, Higher Ground, Superstition in there. Let's Stay Together, Al Green tune. I don't know. Did I miss Vehicle? It was on the set. I love Vehicle. And I don't know. I know Domino, you guys played that. And I may have had to go to the facilities during Vehicle or something if I missed that. But just an amazing array of songs that include a horn section and a lot of them. And that's one thing I love. We got a chance also to hear Brick House, and some of the other players and folks singing in the band as well, giving Javon a little voice break there, was a really good touch too, from what I've seen before. Connie Lynn Fairchild says she's seen them before. Definitely got your attention. Yeah, they're just a great band. And the thing I love about them is, they almost have like extrasensory perception of each other. You see them look at each other and somebody will take a lead and it doesn't to me look like it's that rehearsed. It looks like they're just up there playing and jamming and having fun. And that's what I like also about a band is that it's not this, click track set list the whole time. And that's a good thing. And they were definitely on their game there at Miami Valley Gaming, to throw a little pun in. Thank you, Bill, for the link there to the Gina and Johnny show. And yes, last show before Memphis. And Johnny's on here, I think, still. Johnny, thank you again for being with us. And we are looking so forward to you guys bringing home a win to the area here. And that'll be good stuff. So, yeah. So we got a chance to have some fun there for the second set of the Brass Tracks Band. And I just can't say enough about these guys. Every time I've seen them, whether it's in a festival setting, whether it's an outdoor event, indoor event, they're spot on with every song they do. And if you know me, I think I've seen Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, I'm in the double digits or more, at least that many times. And I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. And when they play Earth, Wind, and Fire, I love it. And not just the Septembers and those songs that are there, but the Can't Hide Love, That's the Way of the World, Reasons, things like that are songs that I love by Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's back in my wheelhouse of the days I used to spin some vinyl at the clubs, and those were belly rubbing songs. They were. Yes, sirree. So, yeah, I just hats off to him. The horn section was fantastic. And remind me of the song again. I'm losing my mind here or something today. I've been out in the cold too much today. That you guys, the keyboard player played at the end there at the last little bit, and it just brought the house down too. And man, I'm drawing a blank, and I know it. I mean, I know the song, and I know the whole story behind it and everything. And but somebody, if you're out there, you were there, please throw that in the comments, since it has left my memory bank for sure. I love Domino too. That was good. That was a good version of that. There we go. Song for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And yeah, what a song. And what a beautiful, yes, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that as well. And what's this? Tina says, saw you at Earth, Wind, and Fire at Hard Rock. They were great. They were fantastic. We were in the front row for that one at Hard Rock Casino. I got Verdine sweat on me, I think. It was so good. But love Earth, Wind, and Fire. But man, this band is vocally deep too. Javon's a great front man, but they've got vocalists deep in the band. Horn section, again, like I said, just blows me away, literally. And just a really good tight band. So if you get a chance to go see them, guys, please do. And check out the musicianship, first of all, of this band, even before the vocals start. You'll be amazed. You will. And unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of other things to talk about today other than that. And that's really all I got to say about that, as they say, because it's a wonderful, wonderful world when you get to see Brass Tracks Band. And many, many times you should go see them if you get a chance. If you're out there, guys, if you saw somebody play over the weekend, we got a few minutes left on the show today. Please drop it in. I will keep talking a little bit about the Brass Track Show. I'm going to say, I say it every time, and someday Miami Valley Gaming is going to have somebody on here and listen and take what I say as not a negative, but a positive for them. And I am positive you need to turn the speakers off in the zone where the bar is. That's for the I hate the competition between that guy who's that program button voice. Another lucky winner. No. I want to hear the band. And I know that's not the focus of a casino. Focus of a casino is get you to drop money out of your pocket into those machines. But you know what I'm saying. Tim did a song for you. Okay. Thank you for that, Javon. And yes. And Tim was spectacular with that, by the way. And really just, it just amazes me how good. And then there's a whole story behind that song that Dave Shorts was telling me as well. And Carlos said, I've always wanted to jam in a horn band. My dad played bass in TNT Powerhouse back in the yeah, I mean, I love the guys from Brass Tracks. Second Wind's another band that I love that comes to the Bell and the Bear a lot, and they play at the jam night. Carlos, you should come to the jam at the Bell with me one night, and that Second Wind's going to be there, and you get up and bass play while they play the horns. You'd love that, and they'd love to have you play there. They would. And Randy said it's always fun to work with Brass Tracks. Yes, Javon, thank you. And yeah, Leon Russell tune there, and that's just a song for you. And he just slayed it. I mean, and the story behind it, I was talking about. Dave was telling me that he let Leon Russell hear it one night. Dave did a lot of sound engineering at Jilly's and Dayton and all that, and Leon Russell, and he let him hear it. And he said, he looked at him and said, "Man, that guy sings it better than I do." And that's pretty cool. That's pretty darn cool. It is. And James Banks, how you doing, Banks? Said Brass Tracks is fantastic. And yes. And Devin Milton and company was at Laurie's Roadhouse this weekend. Yes, did a good job. I'm going to try to get them on a show someday. Devin Milton, and get them on here and feature them on a show. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I got to wrap today, but it's one of those days where we don't have a whole lot to talk about. We'll have a whole lot to talk about tomorrow live at 5 with Karis and her return. And she'll be back with us on, the live show at 5 tomorrow. Yes, my brain is gone today. So thank you all so much for joining us here at All Around Town Radio. We have a lot to bring you in 2025, including some additional programming. If TikTok stays on live on the air, we're going to have some moments in music history on there that you'll love. And so follow us on the Tick of Talk. Follow us on the Instagram. YouTube channel, always a good thing to subscribe to our YouTube channel, just in case we get a double secret probation here on the Book of Face and get kicked off. That happens every once in a while. So we would love to do that. Javon, I can't say enough about you, man. Thanks. And you know, one thing about Javon as well, I'm going to say, is he is always a super nice guy who goes out of his way to say hey to people in the audience and that come see his shows. And, you know, he could be one of those lead singers that walks to the back of the room on the break and never comes out, and he doesn't. He gets out there, works the crowd, and really good stuff. Linda, thank you so much. Connie, thank you. Tina, we're all going to stay warm. We are. I was snow blowing for the last time. I hope it's done. As long as the wind doesn't blow too hard tonight, I don't have to do it again. And I'm done with that. But just in case you wanted to know that shameless little fact, there it is. We'll be with you tomorrow live at 5, Wednesday with the band at noon, and then Thursday with Who's Playing Out. If you're a musician and you haven't joined one of our 2025 gig groups yet to send your gigs in each week, send me a message. I'll add you to them. And we'll be glad to have you on our list every Thursday. Best musicians and venues in the tri-state. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'm Scott Hall, your host. I'll be with you tomorrow at 5. We'll see you then. Bye-bye. Thanks, John. Thank you, Dave Shores. Love you, brother. Emily, what's up? Thanks for being here.
On the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Don't forget, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities that they may represent.